Ladies and gentlemen, good night and welcome back down to the heart of music in Virginia. Hell, on the East Coast.
Talk to him.
In America.
Talk to him.
The very heart of music right now. Klean Studios for the one and only Biscuits and Gravy podcast.
Glad to be here. Season 3.
My name is Eric Reynolds, your host. With me as always is Brighton Douglas.
It's Breeze, baby. Welcome to be back.
And tonight we have an excellent guest coming all the way from Lynchburg, Virginia. Anthone Ray will be joining us, doing a little bit of music, talking a little bit of talk. You excited?
Man, I'm so excited. We need to meet this guy.
That's what I'm talking about. Tonight's performance is brought to you by our friends over at King Screen. So get comfy, pour yourself a drink, and enjoy this track by Anthone Ray, Necessary.
Let's get it.
Yeah. How y'all feeling? I go by Anthone Ray, A-N-T-H-O-N-E, Ray, R-A-Y. Let's get it. Yeah. Had me out of the room. Now I'm heating up, I'm making it hotter than June. Oh man, whoa, they used to laugh at the moves. Had to build my house from scratch, now they ask for the tools. Yeah, you know it. A week ago I wasn't in the plans, ayy. Had an underdog on the man, ayy, ayy. Now I'm shaking hands for a chance, ayy. Processor, boy, now understand, ayy. I'm keeping it G, I'm moving, head of the curve, I get right to it. In the game, I'm a student, used to feel like a nuisance. People now getting intrusive, using my mind, I'm using my 2 cents. My mind changed, the music, this reality, really the music, right? Everything I've been through, it was necessary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Everything that I knew, now that's secondary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Yeah, everything that I knew, now that's secondary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Hey, stats up, worked in the city boy winning, how I'm about to act up. Won't forget the feeling, how I got past up. The real always win, that's why I have my mask up. I got the hunger, I got the juice now. Looking on back, there was no use now. Shutting me down, cutting you loose now. Studio, what? I got a booth now, wow. I'm happy I didn't give in. I could've cashed out, could've crashed out, but that wasn't the end. And I knew it, I could've fell for the lies, giving a piece of the pie. Now I pick up the vibes, I had to cut some ties. Reason for the opposition, even when it got heavy. Taught me a lot of what I have, so I always gotta be ready. Everything I've been through, it was necessary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Everything that I knew, now that's secondary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Say, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary. Yeah, everything that I knew, now that's secondary. Yeah, everything I've been through, it was necessary.
Ladies and gentlemen, Biscuits and Gravy, the hottest thing to hit Roanoke since the Coca-Cola plant. Let's be honest.
Golly.
That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut for all you Roanokers out there.
How much has happened out here?
Of course, like I said at the top of the episode, my name is Eric Reynolds. With me, as always, is my trusty host, Brighton Douglas.
Yes, sir.
And behind the camera, our crack team of production extraordinaires. Yeah. We're back to bring you another episode of your favorite podcast, and we have another exceptional guest for you out here. This is Anthony Ray. Make some noise for
Yes,
him.
sir. Appreciate you coming down, man.
Appreciate both of y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
It is excellent to meet you. It is excellent to get you down here and talk about you. It was excellent to hear Necessary at the top of the episode there. So just wanted to start by asking if you kind of tell us a little bit more about that track.
Yeah, man. Necessary is a song that I dropped 2021. Made the beat, and yeah, man. I just felt like I wanted to put something out that I was feeling at that time in that moment. I wrote the song probably like 2020. COVID hit, pandemic hit, so I was just like, everything I've been through, it was necessary. So I was just kind of, thinking about the time I was in. I tend to write all my songs from like an honest place and something relatable. But I made the beat before I wrote the song. So that tends to happen. I like making beats, then writing to it. There's times where I do like write before a beat, but most of the time it's like I like to create a mood and an emotion before I write. Because it's like the beat kind of carries. I never want like people be like, oh, I love the beat, but he's all right. You know what I'm saying? So, I always want to balance the mood of what I'm saying and the beat. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Necessary is like the special one.
So were you a producer or a rapper first?
Man, okay, so I was a producer. I wanted to just be a producer. I did not want to rap at all. I had a friend that had Fruit Loop Studio 3, right?
Yeah.
And it was a demo version. So now all y'all that have Fruity Loops in the demo version, like you have to make the beat and you can't save it. So I had to make the beat. I can't save it. So I'm making beats and I'm like, I have to export it, WAV and MP3. Once the beat is exported, that's it.
Yeah.
And I thought all my beats was like heat and they were trash. Like going back on my like old laptop, I'm like, man, these beats are like horrible. But for the time, like I thought it was so fire.
Right.
And so what I was doing was I was making beats and then I started writing lyrics that I wanted to give to other people. Like I didn't want to rap it. And I was just like, I just wanted to give it a shot just to see how I would sound. Yeah. And I think like one of the first songs I ever like rapped to wasn't even one of my beats. It was to like, I think it was a Special Delivery. It was a song like from Bad Boy. And
damn it.
That was like that's like one of the first like
damn it.
Like songs that I wrote to. Yeah. And so what happened was people was like, I love the way you rap. And I was like, bet. So I just started making beats and rapping to it. But I think what happened was like I was getting so excited about writing and rapping that I kind of like got away from making beats. Yeah. And I just started purchasing them. And so like now it's like I'm writing great. I'm making beats great. I feel like I can get better on both ends. But I feel like now it's like, oh, this actually sounds good to the point that people want to hear it, on a daily basis and not just, oh, I know Ray, I like it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, like people come up to me and like, no, this is actually good. Like I play it on a regular basis. So,
absolutely. Yeah. So we talked to a couple people that do the rapping and the production. Yeah. But there's not many of them out there. Yeah. Because it's not easy to do. Yeah. So talk to me about what it's like to juggle doing both. How it's like when you're putting a song together, knowing that you've got to kind of do both ends of that.
Man, it's a balance. I feel like it's a balance. I've learned, I would say probably like 2019, 2020, I kind of like learned to be okay with one day we're just gonna work on beats. One day we're just gonna work on writing. Some days we're gonna just record to my beats. So I think it's just a balance for me. So it's really like the mood, because a lot of times, even myself, I still like put time limits and timestamps and like delay and deadlines on what I'm trying to do. Yeah. And then I'm just stressing myself out. So I feel like now I'm more with like going with the flow. Because there are songs like in my catalog where I'm like, I knocked it out fast because it was the mood I was in. I made the beat and I wrote to it and recorded it like within like a week. Sometimes that's for me that's pretty rare. But you do have those moments where it's just like I know what I want to write, I know the beat I want to make, and we can knock it out in a week. And then there's some times where it's just like the song's gonna probably take 3 months, you know, because it's just like I like the beat, but I don't have anything yet.
Yeah.
The beat is fire, I don't have anything yet. Or like my writing is great, but the beat I made is kind of like mid. So it's just like I don't want to put it out, because I've had moments like that before where I'm like I put a song out just to keep up with the algorithm.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm just like I don't like
Be
it.
disappointed
like
with it.
Yeah,
I
I don't
like
like it.
Not
So-
to your standard.
right.
Right.
And so so that's how the process pretty much goes.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I wanted to ask you because I really love your production style. I mean, I really love your beats.
Yeah.
Where do you go to get your samples? Like, where's the first place that you look for a nice sample?
Man, I think for me, I like samples that are like has like an atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
I love like chopping samples. Because sometimes like people think of chopping samples, they think of Kanye, they think of Alchemist. But me, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm thinking like Wonder Girl or like Metro Boomin, like taking something that, you know, might not be like the typical thing to sample.
Yeah.
So that's what I tend to look for. So YouTube inspires me a lot.
Yeah.
Like films inspire me a lot to get like ideas and sounds. So it's just, I think it's more so of like being inspired by things I watch. Film is like a big thing that I love to watch that inspires me a lot.
Yeah. We love movies out here.
Yeah, like I remember, I forgot what beat I made, but it was like when Squid Game came out.
Yeah.
And like I think it was for Violate. That was like one of the songs that I like, the beats I made. And like just the whole scene of like the dude about to die. I think it was 456. Like he was about to run and dive, and then the dude caught him, and so I wanted to make like a feeling of that. Where it sounds like victorious, but like still kind of like stress. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I tend to like, you know, pick up things from, you know, stuff like that, man. That kind of like it excites me to like make beats and get my sounds from. So
Very
yeah.
interesting.
Hell yeah.
There's different waves with that too. I mean, you could do the traditional like, you know, producer route, you know, musically, but then also, that was a good thing to talk about
Because
too.
what's crazy is
Soundtracks and everything.
Yeah, what's crazy is like I don't know how to like play the keys. I don't know any of that. I just go off of like my ear. And I think now I feel like I'm more confident in that, because at one time it's just like these people talk about notes and, you know, scales, and I don't know none of that.
Right.
I just know something from like what I know and what is good and what's trash. Like I've learned what is good and what's trash, and like having the right people around me to be like, that's kind of like, it's all right, it's flat, it's mid, or, you know. So I've learned to kind of like listen to those around me, and so that's kind of like the process for me.
Interesting.
As far as finding like samples, loops, and of course, you know, everyone goes to YouTube, everyone goes to like certain websites, and but it's like I get things from like certain websites, but I make sure to like chop it in a way like people wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
Right.
I've had one song that I did, I think it was Speed, and I chopped up the sample, and the cool thing was it was like royalty free, and so I reached out to the person that made the sample, and they were just like, he was like, if you would have never told me this, I would have never thought it was my sample.
That's cool.
And just off respect, he was just like, yo, like, you don't have to worry about nothing. Just put it out. He was just like,
That's cool.
I would have never thought you would have flipped it, because the way I flipped it, he was just like, I'm thinking like boom bap. I'm not thinking of like 808s and it sounded like a Gunna beat.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
So, I just, you know, want to make sure all my stuff is unique.
Yeah.
It stays up to date, but it's unique. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the first stuff I saw from you on Spotify came out around 2019, so like right before the pandemic. But when did your music journey start for real, and who were some of the influences that started you out in your journey?
Man, everyone says when they were a kid and stuff like that, but I would say like for me it was, I think my start was probably when I was like for real like 19.
Yeah.
I dropped my first mixtape on a Bandcamp in DatPiff.
Hell yeah.
And it did good, like as far as like the feedback, because people know that I rapped, but I don't think people knew I could like structure songs. They were just like, oh, you're dope.
Right.
But it was just like, oh, like you did 12 tracks, structured, hook verse,
Yeah, put the whole thing together.
and put the whole thing together. And it's funny because like I still have it up. I always like to leave all my stuff up on like websites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just to like reminisce and laugh at like
yeah.
you know, for the time it was in. Like that time, the mixtape was called Now Open, and like I sounded like that time, like you know, and you know, so yeah, so I dropped my mixtape, and it got great feedback. Dropped my next mixtape, The Runaway Kid, that did great. And then in between that, just trying to find myself, find my sound, because I was sounding like other people. But now that I look back, I can definitely tell I was trying to find my sound.
Yeah.
Like I still sound unique back then.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until 2019 where I felt like this is my sound. This is what I do. I think the song was See Through. That was like one of the first songs where I can say, this is me. This is my sound. This, of course, it sounded like the time, but like this is me. This is what people was like. It sounds like Pierre Bourne, but like it's like your own thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. So they like that. All right, let me flip it. So I just was getting better at it now to the point where people was like, oh, I want that sound because you only have that sound. So I would say 2019 is when it got serious. I dropped Triathlon, my album 2020. And that went crazy. So I would say like 2020 is I felt like my music actually people were playing it on a daily.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just this one and done thing where it's like, oh, I know what Anthony does. That's dope. But I feel like 2020 is where I see the followers.
Yeah.
I see the streams. You know, it's a blessing to know like I can go to my Spotify for artists that shows you all your stats and all that.
Yeah.
And to see people playing my music every day.
That's pretty cool.
You know, it's mind blowing. You know,
Yeah,
and I think
for
sometimes
sure.
like I can't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, especially being an artist, you're always moving, you're always going, and you always want what's the next thing.
Yep.
And so, you know, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm actually doing pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? So
And look at where you started, man. Yeah, you just went through the whole journey. It's like you're finally seeing all that come together.
Absolutely. Yeah, you touched on an interesting point because just strictly from like the numbers wise, you definitely have the most listeners per month and the most like yearly listeners of anybody that we've talked to on the couch.
Oh, dope.
So I did want to ask you kind of because we have a lot of younger artists that listen to us that are trying to kind of break into the streaming platforms. I just wondered if you'd talk a little bit on kind of what you would say the right way to kind of build that is.
Man, I think for me, take your time, man.
Yeah.
Take your time. Don't try to rush things. Be honest with yourself. People like to relate.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's one of the biggest pieces. You know, that's cool. You know, for if that's what you want to do, that's not my thing. But it's just like, how can you make it creative? You know what I'm saying? If that is your thing, how can you make it creative? Like me, I like talking about my life. You know, people that I've dealt with. You know, the losses that I've taken. I like to talk about like real life situations.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, it's just you got to be unique. Take your time, but like get a schedule.
Yeah.
Like if you like, hey, like the beginning of this year, I'm like, hey, I want this amount of followers. I want this amount of streams. It's like, all right. Everyone is like, man, you got to drop in January. It's like, okay, realistically, what can you do?
Yeah.
Like me, realistically, I can record in January, get songs mixed in February, drop in March.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people are trying to rush on it, and then they put it out, and they're like, it didn't do well.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, you drop it, now you got to promote it. Now you got to market it. So it's like, you got to kind of like be wise with what you do as far as like planning it out. And for me doing that, it helps with the algorithm. It helps with the streams. Right. Because it's like, how is he dropping every week or every 2 weeks? Right. It's just like, January and February, I was stacking on music. Yep. You know? Instead of kind of like always racing
Rushing
to the next
drop. Yeah.
It's like, cool. I know I have 4 or 5 songs I'm sitting on. Like this year, I had an album I was sitting on.
Yeah.
So now it's like I've dropped the album and I promoted every song, dropped some music videos. So it's like around this time, okay, cool. Now it's time to drop again because I pretty much stressed my album out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And stretched it out. And so I would say that for the people out there that wants to get those numbers or streams. And it's okay to like make mistakes. Yeah. Like, I think sometimes people are scared to make mistakes because they're the artist and the rapper, and they don't want to look lame.
Right.
Bro, you don't take it too serious.
Yeah.
You know, I'm one of those people that I'm a perfectionist. I can take it real serious. But I've learned to like just chill, man.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Mm.
You're not on, the clock, especially if you're independent artist.
Right.
You're not on the clock.
Yeah.
You're always new. Like that's like the
That's it.
coolest thing about being independent.
Yeah.
You're always new.
You're always brand new.
I
Artists.
dropped a music video for a song I did 2022.
Yeah.
Is the feedback that I'm getting is crazy.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, this song is old.
This is an old song, right? Yeah.
These people, I had someone from, I think it was like Finland. I had people from like, I haven't seen in like years that were my subscribers on YouTube. They're like, oh my gosh, like this is fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where have you been? One.
Yeah.
And two, they're like, this is dope because this is the first time I ever heard it.
Right.
So, I think sometimes, we're trying to always keep up. You got to remember, like, everyone doesn't know who you are.
That's it.
But that should make you happy and not like, dang, I'm not where
Right.
this person or Travis Scott or,
Right.
Kendrick Lamar is. Like, don't stress that out. You're
Yeah.
still independent. So
It's just more chances to make that first impression.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But you kind of touched on another thing that I wanted to ask about. So listening to your stuff, you don't cuss in your raps.
No.
So I wanted to ask about that because I think that's cool because I was thinking about it and I was like, it took me a while to pick up on it. Like
Mhm.
I was about halfway through your stuff before I picked up on it. And I was thinking because, I mean, you've got some pretty impressive placements. Does not cussing, do you think that helps your marketability?
It helps 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
100%. And I know for some people that's not everyone's lane to do that. But man, I'm telling you, man, like it helps so much. Because it's like now we don't have to do a clean version, a dirty version,
Right.
and then do acapellas for that. And then, they're like, oh, you just do clean? All right, cool. We can put it on anything.
Right.
We can play it for the kids. We can play it for the adults. And it's not corny.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people think clean, they equate it to
That is
it being
it's
corny.
definitely
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
stereotype with it.
Right. But it's just like, I'm talking about my life, so you got to respect it.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like I get a lot of respect for it because it's like, hey, I relate to it. What he's saying is dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like, this whack thing. And then
Yeah.
also just like my faith too. Like my faith in
Absolutely.
that's like a big piece of it.
Mm.
But I think people relate to it because it's not like preachy.
Yeah.
Like
For sure,
That's
for
what-
sure. It
yeah,
doesn't-
it's
it
saying,
doesn't
not
really-
like you're not like a
Yeah.
Christian rapper or anything
Right.
like that. But I think that it's definitely when you make that kind of choice, it's
Right.
a great representation kind of what you believe.
right.
Yeah, and like I said, it took me a long time, like 30 or 45 minutes to listen to your stuff before I even picked up on it,
Right.
which to me spoke to the fact that it's not corny at all.
Right.
Mhm. If
And
it's
it,
not
it just
noticeable, it's
reminded me
Right.
of like like middle school and high school events and stuff like that where you want to play like all these popular songs, but it's
Right.
always like fuck this,
Right,
and
right, right.
smoking here and
Right.
this and that, and those songs are great, but
Right.
like you can't play them in a
Right.
middle school gymnasium.
Right. It's hard
you
to
know?
market it. Like
Right, like and you can't put it on a show for kids
Right.
or a commercial that's got to be shown to 10-year-olds.
Right.
Because
Because I remember it was I think it was 2K, NBA 2K, I think 19.
Mm.
And it's like this running joke, but it was like a Migos song, all right? And like, they have a soundtrack to all
Yeah.
of the games,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And they was playing Migos song and it was like, we might as well just put the instrumental up
Right,
because
yeah.
like it's the whole thing was like bleeped out.
Yeah.
And it's just funny, man. Like I think for me it's just like a marketing thing too. Because of course my faith and even like people like, are you a Christian rapper? Are you
Right.
It's like, hey, whatever you want me to be,
That's fine.
I'm cool with.
Yeah,
Because like that was my roots.
Yeah.
But I've like I wouldn't say I grew out of it,
yeah.
but I would say like I just talk about my life a lot more. And not so much from like a preachy standpoint.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
It doesn't come across that way.
Right. And
Yeah.
I feel like even when people lump me in, I don't have a problem with it.
yeah,
Right.
But it's just like, you're gonna get like my real life experiences, the
Right.
thing that I go through.
Right.
And so I think it's helped me in the long run, even with placements.
yeah.
Like it's been crazy. Like
It's insane.
it's been nuts.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, that's kind of what got me thinking was that
Mm.
like the placements were, were big names, but they were also people that would be thinking, this will be shown to children. Like,
Right.
this has got to be, not only has it got to be good, not only is it going to be catchy,
Smart
and have
way to
that
think about it.
earworm, ability
Right.
for like for a promotional campaign, but it's also got to be a clean song,
Right.
that the kids can go to Spotify and add to their playlist,
Right.
and bump it.
It does great for you as an artist.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
it does great. Kids can, they heard my song on Fortnite. They're like, oh, that's dope. And then
Yeah.
it does, and then the parents love it.
Right.
Right.
Then
'cause
the
they're
parents
playing
push
it in
it.
the car. Yeah, they're playing in
And
the car.
then like my boy that goes to the gym, he love it. So
Yeah.
it just, I feel like it kind of like it's more of a win than a loss. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
You get a wider group
think-
too.
yeah.
Wider group.
A way bigger group that can listen to it. That's
people,
Right.
interesting.
people are afraid to kind of like, especially when it comes to like clean stuff, to get pigeonholed and to get pulled
Right.
into those like smaller audiences. But I think
Right.
some of the stuff like clean rappers or Christian rappers, like it can get a little preachy, it can get a little
Right.
like formulaic. But what I think is great
Mhm.
about your stuff is like, you're a man of faith that's rapping. You're not a
Right.
man that's rapping about faith.
Right.
And I
Right.
think that's apparent.
Right.
And yeah, it's catchy music, dude, that you could put on. It's like the thought came to me, and this sounds like a diss, but it's absolutely not.
Oh boy.
Okay, and I'll explain it too.
All right, let's do it.
Your music is like Planet Fitness music. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like you're at Planet
Okay.
Fitness, you're
That
hitting a
makes
killer
sense, though.
workout.
Yeah.
You stop,
It's
you're in
universal.
between sets, and you hear a song, and you're like, damn, this is really good. Who
Right.
is this? And you like
Right.
Shazam that shit.
Right.
And you're like, oh shit, Anthony
Right.
Ray. Okay.
Right.
And you add it to your playlist.
because
And
Yeah.
that's not a diss.
Because
Nah,
you can play
it's
because you
not.
can play it anywhere. Because
Right.
you can play like
anybody can hear that shit.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying. And I think
Right.
that there's
interesting.
there's something to be said when you can make music
that's
like
a
that
good point.
and
Yeah.
not close those doors for yourself, but open them and say, look, I'm gonna make good music, but I'm gonna make good music
Wow.
that's
Mhm.
also marketable.
Right.
Because a lot of times we get people on here that marketability is the afterthought. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I just want to make shit that that sounds good in the car and it
Right.
sounds like my favorite rapper. And there's plenty of room for that.
Right.
But if you really want to take it to that next level, which is where people want to go,
Right.
it's worth thinking about putting some stuff out that's marketable.
Right.
And I think that's really cool. But like I said, I think it was just because I was sitting there and
Yeah.
had like a moment of at
You brought it
work.
to my attention. I didn't know at first.
Yeah, I was at work and I texted him as soon as I figured it out. But I literally like looked up and was like, he hasn't cussed.
It's uncommon. It's uncommon, especially with the shit we listen
and
to.
I was,
Right, Right.
and I started from the bottom of the discography and was working up,
Yeah.
and I was like, this guy hasn't cussed once.
That's
Right.
crazy.
And
Right.
I'd already because I was writing down songs that like I really liked, and I'd already had half of the ones written down.
Right.
And I'm one of those people that like I'll write something off, like I'm really bad about it, and I try to preach that not to do that. But
Right.
like clean stuff. Sometimes in my head I'm just like, because for me like listening to dirty music back in the day when I was a little kid
Right.
was like like an escape.
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
parents didn't like this. Like it was transgressional, you
Right.
know. And so now I'm like, I kind of want it to be like that. But then also when you hear a good song, it's
Mhm.
just,
It's just a good song.
it's just a good song,
That's
dude.
right.
You're not
True.
thinking about anything. You're just listening to the message, and you listen to the music. You listen to the sick beat,
right.
and you're just like, all right, fuck, like this is.
This is
Yeah,
what
don't take
is.
it for
This
granted. Don't take
rocks.
the song for granted.
That's
it could
what
be
I'm
dope,
saying.
no matter
Right.
what he.
And those are the ones that end up earworms,
Yeah,
Those are the ones that
exactly.
end up in like a
Right.
Dodge commercial,
Right. Exactly.
and get you paid as
Uh,
fuck.
Exactly.
Like, literally, dude.
But
I'm
I'm
just
telling you,
geeking out
like,
of Dodge
they
came
always
first.
that's a huge
Yeah.
win. Like people don't understand.
yeah.
Like
The bag is different.
the bag is different.
We won't even get into that, but the bag is different.
That's it.
I'm telling you guys.
Also, not to cut anybody off
Yeah.
for the conversation.
No.
It is about that time.
It's about that time. We're talking about different bags, and this season at Biscuits and Gravy, we've been bringing you a whole different bag of tricks. And one of those tricks is our brand new segment,
Okay.
Gas or Trash,
Okay.
brought to you by our very good friend, Ronimus Robinson, the handsomest man in 3 counties,
Damn.
3 states even.
Damn.
Hey,
Let's go.
word spreads fast. Gas or trash? Okay, we're just gonna hop into a couple of topics here.
Sure.
It's a vibe check, a temperature check, see how we feeling about things, and we're just gonna see if they gas or trash. All right, let's see. Something wants to work here. That'd be great. Okay.
Oh, there's our logo.
Let's do it.
There it
All right.
goes.
First thing on the list,
Gas.
Classic.
Gas.
biscuits and gravy.
Absolute gas.
Gas.
Everybody
right?
knows how we feel about this.
I'm
No.
gonna have
Mr. Ray,
to say
Mr. Ray.
trash.
Mr.
That's
Ray,
okay.
Hold on.
To each their own.
First
And,
one of the
when I say
season.
trash, I'm not
Hear
talking the
about-
podcast.
To each their own.
No,
podcast.
we know.
Thank you for clarifying.
I love that.
But man, and it's not even that I think I like gravy.
Yeah.
But man, I'm telling you, just jelly, man. It's just a classic.
That is a great
Jelly.
biscuit topping. That is a great biscuit topping.
It's just
Anthony
just
Ray.
so
He's
good.
Okay.
We gonna
I'm-
have to walk you to your car.
Hold on.
Production team is not
Hold
happy.
on. He's got a chance to redeem himself.
Okay,
though.
all
You
right,
said
all right,
jelly,
all right.
so I'm a sidestep. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
What kind of
yes.
jelly are you putting on it? There's only one right answer of
Ooh.
jelly.
Oh,
If you
Ron,
I already know what
checking
you're
him
gonna say.
Oh.
Get him, Ron.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Talk to me.
But man, I like grape, bro.
I'm a grape guy.
Okay,
He's good. We're good.
That's what's up.
I like strawberry.
I thought you were gonna say
Oh,
strawberry. That's
you're
what I
the
thought.
I was like, I didn't
You're
know.
the
Nah,
outcast.
yeah,
Okay.
grape
Oh,
is
strawberry.
where it is.
Grape is good. I can't do strawberry. If you like
Yeah.
strawberry,
I don't.
Mm.
I don't.
Shout out my granny
Therapy.
Pearl. May she rest in peace. She made the best preserves anybody.
okay, homemade
ever.
strawberry
homemade.
preserves hits different.
Different,
Okay,
different
okay.
game. Different game.
That's
Okay,
facts.
yeah, now
That's
then
facts.
that's
I
different.
can't argue that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Next thing. Taylor Swift.
Ooh, I'm going gas. I'm going gas.
To be honest, y'all, I'm gonna go with gas, bro.
Oh my god.
The
Okay.
discography is just so deep at this point.
She's talented. Songwriting is crazy.
Oh boy.
Up until
Yes.
up
boy.
until the Kanye moment.
Okay.
Gas.
Okay.
Gas.
So
Okay.
post Kanye trash?
Post Kanye, hit or miss.
Oh my god.
What?
When she
Hit
started
or
doing all that
miss.
pop shit, right?
So Kanye
She be
did
on that pop shit.
Yeah.
I
She
wish
be
she would
saying
make
she be
country
cussing in
music.
her records nowadays.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's got all the 14-year-old
she's
girls
dope.
saying shit.
So you're saying
Post Kanye trash. Wow.
Post Kanye
Hot takes
trash?
today.
Yeah, so they're gonna burn my house down
Wow.
over that one.
Hot takes.
And that's
today.
not,
That's
I
hot.
love
That's hot take.
22 and I love fucking God, see the fact that I can't even name them.
I mean, I respect their pen. I love what she writes. I like it. It comes from a real place, even though she talks a lot about her exes.
yeah,
But-
she's got a lot of exes.
I respect it. It comes from a real place,
Oh,
and it sounds good. It ain't trash. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like different tastes. You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
is different.
I don't
tastes.
listen to Taylor Swift all the time,
That's
but like
yeah.
when it's on the radio or something, it's like it's not bad.
I don't hate
Yeah,
it. And
yeah.
again, we always
Yeah.
preach like if not hating on things that people like. So
Right.
I don't hate Taylor Swift. I think she makes great
No, that's
music.
that's personal.
I'm just not
opinion.
putting. I'm not
Right.
putting her shit on like
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's fair.
in the
Yeah.
gym. I'm not putting her shit on in the
Right?
car.
Yeah, I'm the
like,
same way.
I'm not putting her shit on when I'm working.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if it comes on in Barnes and Noble, I might like tap my feet.
There he goes.
But that's
Yeah, that's probably the only place
He
I
said,
would
I might
allow
tap my
listening to
feet.
that.
I
Yeah.
might tap my feet if
Okay.
I feel
In the
so
Starbucks line.
obliged.
Right.
This man.
Okay,
Oh, that's
next thing,
hilarious.
What
next
else you
thing,
got,
next thing I
Ron?
have on here.
Ooh.
Shannon Shaw.
Shout out Unc. Gas. Shout out
Yes.
Unc.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got gas. I gotta. Yeah,
We
gas.
love Unc.
They was calling him that saying he was on the other side of the fence. I feel like
He beat the allegations.
that's what I feel like he was trying to do. I feel like he was trying to prove a point. Like,
He
hey,
beat the
listen,
allegation.
Man.
I can back up. I back up what I'm
Shannon
talking
Sharp
about.
gay.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, my sister sent me a TikTok today. I have not watched it, but I'm not gonna say anything yet until I see it in full. I like Shannon Sharp. I like the things he's done as a sportscaster. Even the interviews,
Yeah.
interviews
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
year.
Club
Yes.
Shay Shay, man.
you
really,
know?
really some of the best interviews that we've seen in a while.
Right.
Some of the realest interviews.
Right. Just I like it.
Hugely inspirational to what
Right.
we're doing.
Yeah. But me, it's like when
Yeah.
it's a personal life,
Damn it.
I don't be knowing. So I just be like,
That's
look,
it.
Mhm.
I'm out.
I will say, like, obviously,
understandable.
gas football player, gas analyst.
Yes.
Oh, athletically, 100%.
But gas for the way he's handled this whole situation
Yeah.
because he
did.
owned up instantly.
Oh yeah.
He didn't
Yeah,
go, oh, this
that's
is a
true.
guy."
Yeah.
He,
I
didn't,
agree
he
with
said,
that.
"Look, I told y'all I have fuck, and this
Yeah,
is
I
a
agree. That's what I was
video
doing.
I
of
agree.
me fucking
he didn't
like
give the celebrity
it's-
runaround.
Right. He wasn't
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
well, it's an AI video and
Yeah.
somebody
No.
hacked my
I'll
account.
give him that. Like he
He
didn't run
owned
from
up.
because a lot of
Yeah.
times, like when stuff like that happens with celebrities, like it's like everything's always alluded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like then like 6 years down the line, oh yeah, we did. And it's just like,
Yeah.
why did it take that
Yeah.
long?
Yeah.
Because we all see
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Well, that's
Shannon Sharp said it. In 12 hours, I'm gonna let you know what happened.
that's it.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
Oh,
it.
I
my
respect that.
God.
Hey, you know what people never rush to like to fight against though? When the big dick picture leaks.
Oh my.
Those guys
Oh,
are never
man.
denying that. They're
No,
never. You
never.
never see them out there like, oh, that's fake. That's Photoshop.
No, that is actually true.
They leave that motherfucker alone, dude.
No, that is actually
Yeah,
true.
you know, that's
Oh,
me.
my
Right,
God.
right, right.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Too bad. Got hacked again.
Right.
Boy.
Oh yeah, the hacking thing. Hacks.
Exactly.
Oh,
Hack.
man.
Shout out Unc. Shout out Unc.
Shout out Draymond
All right,
Green.
next gambling. How do we feel about I mean, listen.
Oh,
It's,
Trash.
Think about it. Think about okay. It's Sunday
Yeah.
afternoon.
That's
group chat's
different.
going
That's
crazy.
Different.
trash.
I mean,
Trash,
have you
man.
have you ever experienced the group chat putting together
The
the
parlay.
best parlay
Yes.
of that Sunday afternoon's football games?
I like to stay away from gambling.
I'm still
because I
saying
like
trash.
It too
Yeah.
much.
I'm gonna
So
say
trash.
trash, man.
Yeah.
It's creating crash outs.
Yeah.
And I think
yeah.
Yeah.
lately it's been creating crash outs. We need to stop it
I don't
Yeah.
like it.
because yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The sports gambling, I'll admit with you, is fun, but at the same time, when I do, I'm a smart guy, about
Yeah.
5 to 10, right? And if I lose, I get a little too pissed off.
Yes.
Yeah, just a little too.
A little
mad.
too pissed off about
Yeah.
it, and I stop rooting for my own damn team.
Right.
I'm
Right.
rooting for this dude to
Right.
get a touchdown,
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, I got to stop
It's
this.
too
Yeah.
stressful.
It is.
It
I
is.
need this Slovenian women's soccer team
Right.
to cover the over,
Right.
or I'm not gonna be able to pay my rent.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm
Crash
saying
out, crash
like
out.
people are
I'm gonna be
like
at the pawn
Are
shop
trying to
with my
live off
the
PlayStation.
it.
whole
Yeah.
rent, their whole
Yeah.
mortgage. I'm like,
That's
what are you
insane.
guys
Yeah,
doing?
That's
as a whole trash.
Nah.
It just
Mm-mm.
parts of it, guys. The whole thing.
No, it's
Have you
just-
seen the guy that does like vlogs on TikTok of him like working like Dollar Tree, and he's like, "All right, time to go to the casino and gamble again." he's
Damn,
like
that's
driving over there, and
Crazy.
he's like, "Man, I don't even like this shit anymore." He's like, I just be losing all my money over here. He goes in there and he's like,
Does it again.
lost another
Addiction,
80,
bro.
Oh, had about to go to
It is.
about
an
to go to the
addiction.
bank and overdraft my account so I can get a couple of McDoubles.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Shit, I'm
no,
like,
bro.
no
Don't
way.
gamble.
It's addiction,
Gambling's
bro.
bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
No
Gambling's one of the
gambling.
worst things that we've opened back up.
and not
Okay.
if you win something.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
really
even
gonna
know.
mess your head up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. If you want to do anything, have a kid. If you want to throw your fucking money away, have a kid.
Whoa.
I mean,
Feed that motherfucker.
Gamble,
In this
have
economy-
a kid. I'll pick the kid.
Take the kid.
you got
Least-
some kind of return. On
At least the
investment
kid
with
will-
no
with
middle
the kid,
ground.
right?
right.
Yeah. yeah.
Kid is your
Those are two
legacy.
extremes, though.
I know. I was like, there's no middle
The
ground.
kid
Right.
is your legacy.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Who is that?
Oh yeah,
The guy-
Nick,
yeah.
Nick Ocado
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
who
Yeah,
lost
what do you
a
think
shit
about
ton
that?
of weight.
Okay.
What'd he do?
If you
Oh,
don't
He
know,
lost weight.
out of nowhere,
Ozempic, a motherfucker.
I mean,
Yeah.
what else can it be?
Ozempic
Okay,
is becoming the
motherfucker.
trend, bro.
Although I don't know if you heard, people are saying like he like his last few videos of him being that fat was like pre-recorded from like 2 years ago.
Fair. That's
And
funny.
like he's just been slow posting them while he's been losing weight this whole
That's
time.
funny.
That's what
Oh,
people are
wow.
what a great gag.
saying. I mean, that's what he says it is basically. Like,
Oh wow! Oh, I got
Wow.
healthy and it was a gag.
I don't
Just
under-
fucking-
I don't
I
under-
don't even know.
I don't understand.
whole thing is weird, bro. I don't know.
What am I
I mean, I
gassing
seen
or
the
trashing?
videos of
Yeah,
that
I don't.
motherfucker
I
eating
think I
pounds of
have to
fast
gas
food.
it because he's losing weight, but like, I don't know if I can. I want to trash it too because.
It's just weird.
Look at
just
my boy.
odd.
Look at my boy head. That's an egg.
But then it's like if
That's a
he's
real
healthy,
egg.
I gotta give it a
I
gas.
mean, oh, cool stunt, I guess.
That motherfucker head look like an egg.
I still don't quite understand.
Him in general,
Yeah.
Just the guy?
just the guy.
His shit kind of pissed me off
Considering everything
originally,
he's
yeah.
done from being fat to what he is
He
now.
was sitting there with his husband, and then he'd fucking throw ranch on him or
I'm
something, and then his
perplexed.
husband be like,
That's what he was known for.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
this
the
is like
insane,
back
in
like,
COVID,
yeah.
Yeah.
and he would just eat like ridiculous amounts of food.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And then he got to look like that on the left there, like fucking.
So he just reappeared. 2024?
Yeah, he just
like a
reappeared.
fat
This,
version
this
of the
is
lead
like
singer
not
of
even
fucking Green
barely
Day.
2 months ago. Not even 2 months
Wow.
ago.
And now he's over here looking like damn.
Freak.
What does he look like, dude?
Whoa.
He looks like the kid in the striped pajamas right there.
What in the hell?
I'm sorry.
No comment.
We may have to bleep that one out.
Whoa.
We may have to bleep that one out.
Okay.
Oh God. I already know what this is about.
Next. Astrology, gas or
Oh,
trash. I'm gonna say it right now.
Oh
off the
my
rip.
God,
Trash.
trash! I'm tired.
Trash.
Trash.
Okay, got it out.
Big trash.
We're
Them
clear?
put up them crystals next.
Trash.
Fuck
No,
them
that's
rocks.
all in the
Gentlemen,
same thing.
gentlemen.
Throw an image
Yeah,
up of the
trash.
If she
crystals,
asks
the
you,
rocks, all that, the dream catchers. We're not even gonna talk about
Right.
tapestry.
if she asks you your birthday, what time you were born, where you were born,
yeah,
your mother's birthday,
Yeah.
Time is a thing.
just
Right. And then gives you a weird look.
forget about
Just
it.
Doesn't
forget
answer
about
anything.
it. Or,
Gives you a look. They always
or
give you a look.
playbook moment.
It's like,
playbook
oh,
moment.
so you're a
I'll give you a
Pisces.
peek into the playbook
Right.
here. Or you go on her Facebook, you find out what her birthday is, and then you search compatible star signs and give her one of those.
Oh my
But-
God.
I would
didn't
never
know.
do that, would I?
Free game.
That's a lot.
Demon time.
That's
Write
a
that
lot.
down.
Good
I'd never do
God.
that,
Write
would
that
I?
down. No. Eric's a great guy. Eric would never do.
I'd never do that,
Would
would
never.
I?
That's
Would never.
crazy.
That's just not something he would
That's
do
a lot.
specifically. Okay, now hold on.
Speechless.
Low
Okay.
rise jeans.
Shout them out.
Man.
Old.
Gas.
No one wears these anymore.
They're
This is
coming
like,
back. They're
you know,
coming back.
There's some low wave right now.
Yes.
Low rise jeans being
Not everybody
I'm
can
gonna
wear
say
'em.
gas. I'm gonna say gas.
Not everybody can wear them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say gas, but
You're not
Yeah.
going to see me in
But you know who not going? You know what type of this is? I don't even mean to be disrespectful, but you know who not going in there?
Talk about
Girls with ass. That
Mhm.
they not.
That's
they
true.
Not go,
No,
no,
that's true.
that's
That's
not
what
how
we-
it
that's
goes,
true.
and that's not how I work.
That's
so I'll
true.
say gas, but just
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
gas
true.
for the
Just
like,
know.
like you
Yeah.
said, for the right person.
My-
Yeah, because if she
yeah.
had ass, I mean, half of it be poking out the top of them.
It's just not fitting, bro.
You
That's
just
how
don't
it
need
is.
Right.
the denim.
Yeah.
But see, that's what
Done
jeans
turned into a
ain't what
Cam
they
and Mace
used to be. You
episode.
know what I
No.
mean? Like,
no.
they're just not even wearing jeans anymore.
You know.
No,
Bring
that's
back
actually low
jeans as
key
a
true.
whole. Bring back jeans.
Everything's
yeah,
sheer.
Yo, no, that's,
jeans
act-
is a
that's
whole- yeah,
actually
yeah,
like
yeah.
low
Bring
key
back
true.
jeans.
Everything is sheer. All
We
the
don't
Right.
wear
jeans
enough
is sheer.
jeans
Right.
anymore, bro.
Just pull, you
Sheer
know.
leggings.
Got us
That's
out here
fair.
wearing
shorts.
joggers and
I don't.
khakis.
Yeah, I don't
like,
really see
come on
jeans like that.
Fair enough.
We need to bring the denim back.
we used
Yeah.
to have four or five pairs of jeans we used to
Bring the
rotate through,
denim
bro.
back.
Yeah.
Bring the Junkos back.
I need 30 more of
Whoa.
these topics.
Okay. I appreciate y'all for
Is that
for
it?
talking.
Love it.
Damn. I appreciate the
That was good.
conversation.
I like
and the
that.
thoughts
I could have
and
went
the
all
takes.
night with that.
Yes.
Ronimus.
That was fun.
Let's keep it rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was, of course, gas or trash.
Thank you, Ron.
The newest, best thing to hit Biscuits and Gravy. We love it very much.
I like it.
We like Ron. Although he always does try to, he tries to get us.
Tries to incriminate us.
He tries to get us in trouble.
He's on
Right.
camera now too, though.
At least he took Diddy off.
Woo.
Recurring,
He took
That would have been
Diddy
a
off.
long
recurring figure.
combo.
He took Diddy off. Diddy's in federal custody, and I'm about to be in the bathroom because it is, unfortunately, time for us to break. But it's fortunate for you, dear listener, because we have another song from our guest, Anthone Ray. So don't go anywhere, unless, of course, is to go to the fridge, get yourself another beer, another salty little snack. Sit your ass back down. So we got more music coming your way on the motherfucking Biscuits and Gravy podcast.
Let's do it.
Bow!
What's good, Biscuits and Gravy fans? Want to take a quick minute out of this episode to talk about our good friends at King Screen.
Are you a business, event planner, band, or artist looking to get custom t-shirts or other apparel products with your logo on them? Well, King Screen, the 2024 Platinum Award winner for Best Custom Apparel by the Roanoke magazine, is the place to go to fulfill your needs.
Their inclusive pricing, fast turnaround time, free nationwide shipping, and no setup fees are what make them one of the best custom apparel companies on the East Coast. So for all your custom t-shirts or apparel needs, hit up King Screen at kingscreen.com. They'll hook you up.
Enjoy the rest of the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a music podcast, and I have got some more music for you. Our guest, Anthone Ray, is back to do a little bit more performing for us. He's going to do a track called Mount Everest. And it's not about the mountain that kills tens of hundreds of people, you know, but it's about standing on top of the mountain and being triumphant. But you know, I'm gonna shut up. You enjoy. This is Mount Everest.
Yeah. I go by Anthony Ray. It's called Mount Everest. Yeah. Man, I feel like I'm on top of my game. Remember where I started and what I overcame. Rocking with the people that never change. Gassing me up like I'm in the Hall of Fame. I see all the work catching up. Ayy, pipe dreams about time I level up. I was stumbling, ayy, keeping it a buck. The old me, yeah, I'm leaving in the dust. It's a new day, gotta deal with that. This the score for me, vividly like Cinemax. I was feeling misguided at one point in my life, but I know that it helped bring that feeling back. I had to remember that I was cold as ice. I don't take it light at all when things are going right. Had to shake the black cloud that was over my life, but your boy back round like it's on the night. This my think piece on how I rose. Had a couple chapters I had to close. Had to get my back up off the wall, could've froze, but I chose to believe in what I do like it's all I really know. I'm at a place that I never been. I feel like I'm on top Mount Everest. Me fail, boy, you better guess again. Nothing's in my way when I'm pedaling. I'm at a place that I never been. I feel like I'm on top Mount Everest. Me fail, boy, you better guess again. Nothing's in my way when I'm pedaling, yeah. Yo, I'm a one-on-one, like a hole-in-one. The hunger hasn't changed since the day that I begun. All the credit isn't mine when the day is under ambition. Got me shooting shots and I'm making them, making something shake. Ain't no time for breaks. Real ones know the deal, screaming innocent when I'm killing it in my field. And I'm feeling it like a Middleton from the mill. See the score, see the climb. You can't take it from me, you ignore the signs. Since you're not involved, you see it as a crime. Clap it up for me, I've been working overtime. This my declaration, had to move in patience. Had to be still, even with my body aching. If it's yours, you don't worry about a limitation. As long as you're breathing, you're still in the making. I'm at a place that I never been. I feel like I'm on top Mount Everest. Me fail, boy, you better guess again. Nothing's in my way when I'm pedaling. I'm at a place that I never been. Say, I feel like I'm on top Mount Everest. Me fail, boy, you better guess again. Nothing's in my way when I'm pedaling. Seen the worst and the best of me, so I soak it in. I'm impressed in me. Getting on my job is my specialty. It's the truth with my girl right next to me. Parts left out, I failed to mention. Started betting on myself without a pension. I realized I'm my own competition. Man, it feels so good to see myself in this position. Yeah.
Evil Breezy.
Mouths. We all have one. They've been with us since the beginning of time. And what do we do with those mouths? We have lips on top of them we attempt to wet. Let me tell you about something. Before the early 1880s, it just happened naturally. And after that, some dickhead stepped in and created Big Chapstick. You're tuning into this podcast with a guest from Lynchburg, Virginia. You want to guess where the pharmacist was from that created chapstick? Lynchburg, Virginia. And I hold in my pocket a sample of this. I will be all samples of Carmex throughout the entire tri-state area if you do not give me what I demand. Competitive prices and a better product. Big Chapstick? Fuck you. Doesn't really work.
Ladies and gentlemen, I say that every time the camera starts rolling.
That's all right. Address the
just
guests.
trying to get everybody.
Address the listeners.
Biscuits and Gravy fans. Dear Biscuits and Gravy fans.
Faithful.
We're back for the second talking portion of our show tonight. Anthony Ray just performed Mount Everest for us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely get into that track because that one's got a triumphant feel to it. You know, it's kind of like, you're standing on top of Mount Everest. You feel like you're king of the world.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that one.
So 5K, that's like the song where the album came from. It was actually a single before I dropped the album 5K. And the album I dropped 2020 was Triathlon. And so I wanted like a continuation of it, but from like a different lens. So triathlon was like the marathon of my life, things that I dealt with, went through, and just learning to just keep running, keep going. And 5K is kind of like, people doubted me. People thought I wouldn't do good with this album. People didn't, but look, I'm killing the game. I feel good. But then within the album, also talking about like what comes with victories and wins. So sometimes it's like you're at this peak on Mount Everest, and then you have moments where it's just like the highs are highs and then the lows are low.
That's
because it's like you've obtained something, you got something that you wanted, but when you like take a L, it hits a little harder because you're now used to winning. So I wanted to keep the storyline going. So Mount Everest is I made the beat and I just like the feeling of the song. It feels good, and I wanted something that had like a bounce to it where the fellas would love it, but the women would love it too.
Right.
And I wanted something that sounded very universal. Where you could play it on radio. So that was like my take on if I wanted to do like a radio hit.
Yeah.
And I just love the song. I love how it feels. And like the guitar, I chopped it up in a way. So the guitar is actually like slower. Yeah. But I chopped it up to make it faster. And people love it, man. Like I feel like that's like one of the ones where people kind of like get engaged. Yeah. Because everyone's rapping, but it's just like that's a song I feel comfortable with to get people engaged and involved. Like, oh, this is chill. This is cool. Mm-hmm. And so that's like a good party starter for me.
Put it in your gym playlist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was dope. So it was different too. I wasn't really expecting that all the way when I, listen to the rest of your catalog and stuff like that. So it was nice to see something different in the band, man. That was cool. A lot of your music is universal too. Yeah. So that was a great way to put it, like we were talking about. Yeah. You could play that anywhere at any time.
Exactly.
And anybody would like it. It's not like specific to one demographic.
Right.
Yeah, you mentioned that the girls can kind of bump that one. I wanted to bring up your latest release.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Good
Pretty
segue.
Girl Anthem.
Yeah.
Which is definitely one for the ladies.
Tough. Yes. I love that one.
Tough song. Yeah.
I love that one.
Did you do the beat on that one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So
I did the beat on that one.
That's a great track. Talk to me about that one.
Yeah, so I did the beat. I think it was last year. We went to Myrtle Beach. My wife and I went with her family, and I made the beat on the patio. And like the vibe of it was probably like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. at night. The sun's going down. Yep. And so I was just like, man, I need something like, I wanted to make something smooth. So I had the beat, but I didn't have any sample to it. Yeah. I loved the bounce. I loved the feeling it had. And so I found the sample, chopped it up and flipped it. And I was just like, oh, this is fire. And I was like, I was going to do this and put this on it. But I stripped it away and just did the sample. And I was just like, oh, yeah, I just like the feel of it. Sometimes, simple is better. Yeah. And so
absolutely.
I made the beat, I wrote the song. And of course, I'm married. So I wanted to talk about my wife in the song.
Hell yeah.
So it is like low key dedicated to her, but I wanted to like touch on everything. Yeah. And even like in my second verse, I'm talking about like a woman that has cancer, like you're still a pretty girl too. Yeah. And so like I want people to hear the song from a standpoint of like a man like saying this is how I love a woman, and not so much of what you do for me and this standard of beauty that you should be, then I can say you're a pretty girl. Yeah. If you got a BBL, then you can be a pretty girl. I wanted to come from a standpoint of just celebrating a woman for who they are. Yeah. Like nothing else. Like, I like it when you have, no makeup on. Yeah. I like it when you have the messy bun. I like it when you have on my t-shirt and some baggy, shorts on. Yeah. You're still pretty to me. So I wanted something that would, women could like and not feel like it's being pandered to them. Right. And so I think that's why a lot of people like it because, it's like, oh, this is coming from a real place. It's not like you're trying to get in my pants or something. Like,
it's authentic. It's authentic.
Right. Yeah. So I wanted to, touch on basics.
It's a good song, with a good message that you could still shake some ass to.
Right.
It's not like Ass by Big Sean.
Right.
He's smooth with it though.
Yeah.
The whole concept is like,
that's what I'm
okay,
saying.
Anthony Ray. I see what you're doing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta be smooth for the ladies.
I like that. I like that.
That's good stuff.
That's the that's the group you want to win over.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's the best demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Because ladies sell records. Ladies
Right.
buy
Oh,
records,
and they buy tickets.
Right.
and they buy
They're
tickets.
tastemakers, and I think
That's
a lot
true.
of people don't understand
true.
that. They're tastemakers. If they like it,
That's true.
they're sharing it.
You heard that Sabrina
They're sharing
Carpenter espresso joint everywhere you fucking
Man.
go? You
Yeah,
can't get away from it?
True.
That's
I'm
'cause
happy you brought her name. I gotta
tastemakers.
listen to the rest of her music. So.
She's got some. She's got
Yeah.
some good shit, dude. She makes good music. She's a great
No, I
little
agree.
pop star.
Yeah,
Good
I
pop
agree.
star for
I
the,
agree.
For that.
yeah.
for
I need
the
to listen
era.
to her, man.
It's been a big moment for like women in music recently.
Women
It's
pop stars, man.
pop stars and hip hop. I
Hip-hop
feel like
too.
they're
Rap,
like in control.
man.
Yeah.
The ladies are there's so many there's a lot of women, female rappers that I am listening to on a daily. Like Rhapsody, shout out to Rhapsody. I listen to Rhapsody. I listen to Little Sims. She's fire. She's from the UK. Amazing. So it's like it's crazy. It's like we knew that there were a lot of female rappers in the game, but I feel like their time is now. And now they're giving us variety. And I think they've always given us variety. I think we had a search for them. Just
That's
like,
it.
the artists that we like, before they were mainstream, you had the Mac Millers, you had the Nipsey Hussles, you had,
That's it.
you had all these, Big Crit, you had all these artists that you had to search for. Then they kind of rise to the top.
Right.
And I just feel like for female rap, it's been like that for a while. But now it's kind of like rising to the top because, the industry's changing. And it's beautiful to see,
Yeah. Because it's good. Because it's just like it's the quality of the music
Right.
is why they're out there. It's not the novelty of being a woman, you
Right.
know, like because that's great, but it wears off,
Right.
and a lot of artists get there and they're like, well, I'm the only woman in this space,
Right.
and then they kind of just start to capitalize on it,
Right.
And I won't say any names or anything like that, but there are some of those big female artists that it seems like kind of came up and then were like, let me push everybody else out, let me
Right.
do my own thing,
Right.
But I think now it's starting to. It's just the music is so good. It's unignorable.
Mhm.
Like you can't not.
You
have
can't
them
deny it.
in the conversation, right? Who's the girl from TDE?
Doechii.
Oh yeah,
Doechii
Doechie's doing
Man.
that shit too right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you brought it. I forgot.
Yeah,
I don't even know how I forgot. That girl she's next, bro.
she
got it.
She's got it. She's
Yeah.
got it.
Absolutely.
The music's fire.
Mhm.
It's like it's got nothing to do with, like you said, BBLs,
Right.
Or
They're rapping from their real life.
right.
Like even another person I listen to, her name is Shay Noir.
Mm.
Fire. So she raps with like 38 Special and like she's around like Westside that Westside Gun, like the feeling.
Yeah.
Benny the Butcher, like she's in that lane.
Yeah.
So it's just dope to see variety for female rap, and like it keeps the genre pushing forward. And I think also too, like to me it's beautiful to see that like people don't see it as competition.
Yeah.
Like people are giving room for that.
Yes.
Right.
Where it's just like, what's she doing? It's like, man, there's certain artists, and I see nothing but men in the comments like,
That's
this
it.
is heat, this
Yeah.
is fire. So it's kind of cool to see like it's just being respected all around.
Facts. That gap has been bridged.
Right.
Like it used to not be that way, but
Right.
it has been bridged.
Right. Even Doja Cat, like
Doja Cat makes good
She
music.
can
She makes
rap.
really good music.
Yeah. She can do it all.
She
Pop,
looks good on
pop,
stage
rap,
too.
doesn't matter.
God,
Right.
God, she looks good on stage.
she got that choreography.
no,
and she's another
she's
artist that can
really
just do
talented.
everything.
Yeah. Just makes good music.
Right.
Just stuff that you can't argue with.
Right.
Like and it's been awesome because like you said you used to have to kind of go and search for that if
Right.
you wanted to find a female artist that wasn't getting played on the radio.
Right.
And now it's now things like Spotify or Apple Music, you can go listen to a playlist that's all women,
Mhm. Right.
and it'll put stuff together like that for you.
Mhm.
So it's cool. There's a lot more platforms for them.
Right.
Especially now too. I think, even before COVID, the festival scene had kind of died off
Yeah.
in America, and it was really just headed in like an EDM, like drug heavy direction. And I feel like festivals have kind of jumped off,
Man,
like in a
festivals
big way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where this pop music, goes
Right.
crazy. These
Mhm.
these popular songs, and it's where these female artists are, hugely outperforming the men. Like
Mhm.
with the crowds that they
For sure,
draw.
for
Man.
sure.
I mean, they
It's like a cult following.
right,
Yeah.
right. Even like there's like Flo Milli, that's another
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah,
Like, they're building a cult following. And what's crazy is like it goes back to me saying about like the tastemakers, like women being tastemakers.
Mhm.
Like when they support all the way.
Yeah.
And you know, it's dope to see like them doing festivals, and you know, some of these women are headlining.
Yeah.
And they're killing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can you hate on it? And it's like I said, I think because some of the women that are rapping from real places.
Right.
And like we've had our artists that we look up to and listen to, with like the Kendrick Lamars, the Big Chris, like you know, where it's just like, oh, I relate to that. And so I feel like now they have that, and not just this one artist or these two artists,
Right.
where it's just like, yeah, that's what I do, but what about like the woman that has a 9-to-5 job? What about the woman that's a single mom? What about the you know? So it's cool to see variety in the space, you know.
Yeah, variety is key. You know, it's kind of what we preach is break out of your comfort zone and go find something else. You know, I find myself victim to being one of those guys that's like, you know, won't watch a movie it's got a female protagonist. You know, for some reason I'll just be like, I don't know, I feel like I won't be able to relate to it. And then I go and watch it and I'm like, fuck, that was a good movie.
Right.
You know? And I don't know why I'm like that, but you just catch yourself thinking that way. And it's the same way with music, dudes. Like, I don't want to listen to like girl music,
Right.
you know, because like a lot of it is like, you know, Ben Shapiro reading the wet ass pussy lyrics out. Like it's like a lot of it feels like that sometimes, but you know, when the music's good, the music's good. Doesn't matter
True,
who
it's
made it.
undeniable.
Doesn't matter who made it. If the music rocks, the music rocks, dude.
It's true.
Yeah. And I think even like with me, I kind of got that like at a young age.
Yeah.
Like this is what I like, and it is what it is, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I love R&B, so like it's just like it's a woman singing it, but I'm like, but it's good.
But it's good.
Yeah, you
dude.
can't deny that.
It's
yeah.
good. So I think
good.
I think maybe just how I was raised and like the people I've been around, like I was very comfortable with listening to a male artist and a female artist and not feel weird about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's art, it's music to me. And even like growing up, like being in the household I raised in, like we listened to a lot of gospel, listened to a lot of Christian music. And so I grew up on like Yolanda Adams and like all these gospel singers that can like blow the house down. So I think that upbringing had like made me feel secure with listening to anything and everybody.
Yeah.
We're just like, why are you listening to her? And it's just like, because it's dope. You know, like, why are you listening to Whitney Houston? It's just like, I like it. You know
Whitney
what I'm saying?
makes fucking killer music.
Right. So it's just like,
you can't hate on Whitney.
Yeah.
and so it's just like, you know, I think because of my upbringing, I feel like I'm like less to be insecure, you know, about that, you know?
Yeah.
So how important do you think, like, because you talked about like knowing what you like.
Yeah.
How important do you think being able to like define your tastes and understanding kind of like, you know, what you like and why you like it? Like, how important is that to then making that step into making music?
Man, it's huge. It's huge for me. I think there's certain to me, I love getting inspiration, but I don't like copying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can be inspired by like Lecrae. Lecrae just did a response to Kendrick Lamar, and like just seeing his growth and the things that he's done in his music, I'm like, oh, I like that. And it's just like, but I don't want to do exactly what that is.
Mm.
And so I'll always just try to think of something that other people do that I could pull from that can give me like inspiration. And because sometimes it's like, it's very easy to copy and mimic. And I think that's one of the issues we're having in rap, where it's just like, I like this artist, so I'm going to do exactly what they do.
Copy and paste.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is they're building a fan base off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just like eventually time goes by and those artists you're copying, they don't sound like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just pulling from other people and tweaking it into who am I as a person, and making it my own thing. Like I pull from so many things. I pull from, you know, life. I pull from, you know, like producers, artists, and then I say, okay, I'm going through this in my life, or sometimes it's like I'm in a good mood. What can I write about? So that definitely helps with like picking my taste, is just knowing who you are as a person.
Right.
I feel like it starts with that, because sometimes you can follow a trend, but eventually if you're real with yourself, eventually you're gonna twist it and tweak it into something that you create that people will come to you for. So
Right.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you think about that?
I love it, man. Man's got his own unique style. He's got a nice blend of inspiration, and I know we wanted to touch on that too, man. We were talking about it during the break. I just want to know where some of your influence lies, man. You can go artist, production. I don't care what genre, because clearly it's a lot.
Yeah, you mentioned the gospel stuff. But
and even the gospel side. Yeah, that's dope. So whatever.
Man,
I just want to know.
So much, man. I've been inspired by a lot, from Project Pat to
Didn't think we were going to start there.
What'd you say?
Didn't think we were going to start there.
Yeah. Project Pat to Nas to Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
To the Clark sisters to Yolanda Adams to Wonder Girl to Travis Scott to it's a lot of artists out there. Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige. It's a lot of people that I've gotten a lot of inspiration from, but I would say influences is definitely like Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
That's like one of the first artists I can say where I was just like, he knows how to make music for the underground and mainstream. Yeah. And I feel like that was one of the artists where I was just like, I can copy that, mimic that. Him, Big Crit is another one. J. Cole, Kendrick. Those are some of the people that I can say like that I definitely got influences from. Drake. I definitely got influences from these artists. Even Lecrae, like growing up in a Christian household, Lecrae was definitely one of them. Where I was just like, man, that's dope, but making it in my own way. And I think that was the funny and the great part about it, because it's like when I listen to older music, I'm like, I definitely try to sound like this person, or I definitely try to sound like this era.
Oh yeah.
And but it's cool to see it like now that I've come into my own. It's like I still can see and feel the pieces of the people that I was inspired by and influenced by. But now it's like now I'm on my own island. So I think that's like the dope part about it.
Interesting. How about on the production side?
Oh man. Definitely Wonder Girl. I feel like super inspiration. Some of the beats that she makes is crazy. Like Wonder Girl, Alchemist, Jay Dilla, rest in peace. Ninth Wonder.
I love Ninth, man. I'm a big Little Brother fan.
Yes.
Huge Little Brother
crazy.
fan.
Timberland. I'm trying to think of some more people that I really. Oh, Cardo. Love Cardo. Just seeing how he's grown. Like he used to make beats for Wiz Khalifa, and like seeing where he is now. Like now he's making like ketamine with Cardi. Like it's like how like just seeing his growth and his rise is dope. Now he's making music with like Larry June. And it's like man, like just seeing his come up is really inspirational. And I think he's one of those producers where I just like I got to see him start small, and now he's just on everything. He made Family Ties. With Kendrick,
true.
And so it's just like, dang, like it blew my mind, because it's like, that's how I kind of started. It's like I had this one thing I was good at, and now I'm kind of venturing off and venturing out to the point that it's like it's unrecognizable for what I started. Now it's like, man, this is you. This is crazy. So those are definitely like producers I definitely look up to, and of course Big Crit. That's another one. Like.
Personal favorite right there. Yeah,
Big Crit for sure.
Loves Big
Oh, he's a legend, bro. Unsung hero.
Dirty South legend.
Yeah, absolutely,
yes, for sure.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Well, we got all these rappers in mind here. You think it's about that time?
I think it is.
You want to do the honors?
I think it is. I will.
Okay.
So we mentioned this in the break.
Okay.
So we talked about what this could be. Our viewers and listeners, they know the deal. They know what it is. This is a music-focused podcast. We got a lot of rappers that come through here.
Okay.
And we love to see some freestyles.
Okay.
Man.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
It's no written. It's all for fun. It could be 2 bars. It could be you could go 300. Klean will run the beat back 15 times.
Run the beat back.
Yeah, you run it back 15 times. I don't care how short or anything. It doesn't matter. But it's Gravy's Gauntlet.
Okay.
And we've got a beat curated by
There it is.
the man of the space, Klean Studios, Mr. Maxwell Klean.
With a K.
We now know the girl's name that does the tag. But anyways, Anthony Ray, how do we feel about this? We ready to do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Down.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here. To be this smooth. Yo. Yeah. I'm kicking it on the couch. Getting to the bars that we all in the house. You already knew that I came through. Feeling like the man, and this is my pay-per-view. Yeah, I'm feeling like the man again. I don't want to be fake or a mannequin. I tell them what I'm doing when I stand in. They want to show me I ain't panicking. Freestyle lit. You already know that I came to kick it. I'm in Planet Fitness, getting to the money, into the business. Yeah, I'm counting up every minute. Do y'all already know I already been a menace? Do y'all already know I got my pension plan? You already see me, I'm doing my dance. Feeling like the man again. Feeling like the dude that came on this mic for you. Already know this is like an interview, and I'ma do my thing and I show and prove. Already, I came steady. You wanna play with me, I been ready. Feeling like Anthony came on in. Tell her what I'm doing, I came to play to win. Yeah, I got my pen, doing what I feel like. They already know this is my real life. Woo. Feeling like a little brother, Nice Wonder. Showing what I'm doing and I'm coming under. Another freestyle again. I'm feeling like the man came on.
Yes, sir. Hit that tag.
All the time.
Oh, it's Klean with a K?
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
you was excellent.
He was acting like, nah.
I can't really
Comes on there and rips
freestyle,
off
man.
actually as good as many folks could write a fucking
That's
verse.
why we throw down the
Yeah,
gauntlet.
what? This man rose to the occasion.
Right.
Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Good.
Because
Me, like I said, like sometimes I'm a perfectionist, and so I'm like, man, I gotta have the right, so. But
Hell
it
no,
was
that
fun.
was
It
dope,
fun.
man. I can
Thank
tell you were, you
That was
got in that
excellent.
zone,
Thank you.
man.
That
Nah,
was
that was awesome.
Thank you.
Man, we appreciate that because
Yeah.
I know that's a lot to ask all at once.
that is a lot to
Yeah.
ask. That is our house beat right there, though, and
That's what's up.
many people have done it, and not as many people did it that smooth.
Hell no.
It was smooth.
No disrespect, but I
No
mean,
disrespect.
that's not an easy ask.
Nah.
Me, if I'm freestyling, I gotta say fucking shit a lot just to kind of
Right. To get the
keep
words
my
together.
bearing.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
freestyling
true.
without
I keep forgetting
Much
this
harder.
man.
Because it's a mind. It's like a muscle in your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you got to keep up.
That's
You gotta
real
keep up.
poetry.
Right.
Because I know a lot of stuff that rhymes with fuck.
right.
Yeah, I
Right.
got there's like 15 words that we would say that he's not saying.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Right.
We got those crutch words. He's like, nah,
That's true.
but let me do this for
They
real.
are a crutch,
Right.
though. I mean, people
They're
talk
absolutely
about it,
a crutch.
and
Mhm.
trust me, like, in my writing career, I got plenty of flack for why are you using all this profanity, and
You got to come up with words. It's hard.
sometimes I like
It's hard.
using profanity just because it's real and it's raw. But
Right.
at the end of the day, it is a crutch,
Right.
especially artistically.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
10 or 15% of the words that you say, 20% of the words
Right.
you say are
And that's what I'm saying, man. It's tough. That's why you got to get creative, man. You
Yeah.
got to, push yourself, push your pen, and just get better. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I think it'll lead you cool places.
Right.
I think that's a great segue into kind of wanting to talk about some of these cool placements that you've got.
Yeah.
The big one would be the most recent one, I think, with the Fortnite LeBron
Yeah.
crossover.
Yeah, that
the
was
song
crazy.
that you're featured in is in that
Yeah.
that clip. But yeah, a couple of other like big names I
Mhm.
think that people would recognize.
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Fucking the CW. Shout out
Yeah,
to
yeah.
CW. Shout out Gossip Girl. Love
Yeah.
Gossip Girl. MTV2.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So talk to me kind of about like how these opportunities unfolded and what it's kind of been like to see your music become marketable like that.
Man, what's crazy is I had a guy that I'm really cool with, and he was just like, yo, if you want to get your music mixed and mastered, just reach out to this person. And I was like, bet. I reached out to him, and this was probably like 2018 going to 2019.
Yeah.
And I sent my music to someone to review, and they were just like, "This song is fire." They was like, "This song is good, but the mix is trash." And I was like, "Yo, that hurt so bad," because I'm like, "Yo, this song is heat."
Yeah.
And this was probably like literally the beginning of 2018. And I was just like, "Yo, this song is heat," but he was like, "Yo, the mix is trash." So the mix was so trash, he didn't care about the song.
Yeah.
So I was just like, dang, that blew my mind. He was like, for him to give it an 8 out of 10 and the mix be trash,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. So I am actually good. It was just the mix was just poor.
Right.
So I reached out to the guy, and we linked up. He started mixing my music, and it sounded way better.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, the talent's there. It's just we got to mix it, make it sound good. And from like 2019 on up, it was pretty much like I was pretty consecutive with my sound.
Yeah.
So he heard my song. He's like, yo, I'm a part of this sync company. I didn't know what that was. He's like, yeah, we do sync licensing, and we do like music for like commercials, video games, da. And I was like, cool. I want to hear about it. So he showed me like what they do. And I was like, oh, so you just make a song and you get a placement and that's it. So we did our first song. I think it was Renegade.
Yeah.
And I did my verse and everything. And he was just like, I feel like you did too much. And I was just like, the song is only 1 minute and like 59 seconds. What do you mean I did too much? So he was just like, so I felt like, shout out to Quentin, that's his name. I felt like he helped me like figure out a way to make music that could be used in ads and commercials. Yeah. And so it's so funny because now that I do it, I'm a part of a sync company, Music Makers. And he kind of like showed me the game on how to make do it in a certain way, use my voice in a certain way and not just rapping, because ads, it's not about who's the best rapper.
Right.
It's about, can you make a product that can fit our product?
Right.
And so we did Renegade, and after that, I pretty much was like fair game. I knew what to do. I was excited.
Yeah.
And just was creative with it. And so my first placement, I think it was before the LeBron James and Fortnite. I think it was like Black Ink Crew on VH1. I was so hyped about it. I was like, oh, this is dope. Da. And they played the song, and it was like they used like 2 bars in the beat. And that was it. I was like, what? I was like, what the heck? But then I saw how much I got paid for it. I was like,
never mind.
All right. Okay, so you can get like, and it was small, but I was just like, yo, I just got paid that for only 22 seconds?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so if I do this for one song for 22 seconds, what can I get off of 10 songs?
Yeah.
What can I get off of 20? So I was excited about it. And so we started building catalogs with Music Makers. And then I got the Fortnite LeBron James placement. Totally like left field.
Yeah.
And what's so blowing is not only was it LeBron James and Fortnite, Space Jam was coming out at the exact same time.
Peaking.
So I literally checked DistroKid maybe a week ago, and that song that got placed is called Target.
Yeah.
It's like almost at 2 million streams.
Wow.
With Music Makers. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, because you don't expect that to happen.
Right.
And that's the cool thing about like sync licensing and just being a part of sync is because, you made something in your basement.
Yeah.
And it's now traveling on Fortnite and traveling on LeBron James' story and traveling on these places.
Yeah.
And so it's cool with sync licensing because you get paid not only for the streaming, but then you get paid through a PRO, which is a performing rights organization where you got ASCAP, BMI. So it's like you get paid twice. So it's like, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? And so from there on, getting placements on Call of Duty. Just got one with Next in Fashion on Netflix. Got one with it's called Dale Gas. It's a show out in Mexico that's super popular. Got on that. International shows. I got on Solo Leveling. It's like an anime I did not know anything about.
Yeah.
On YouTube. It was on the YouTube trailer. It got like 17 million views. It's insane.
Oh damn.
I didn't know what it was. And that's the cool thing about sync, because it's like sometimes you're thinking in just the US And it's just like you have this whole world out here.
Yeah.
Right.
And so sometimes when I see like certain songs getting placed, it'd be like the UK, Germany, like these random places. And it's all adding up. And so
that'll grow your fan base.
And it grows your fan base because like literally, I think it was probably like the end of last week or beginning of this week. Someone was like, yeah, I still listen to that song I heard on Fortnite. And it's just like, that's crazy. And he's like, yeah, I checked out your catalog. It's like, yeah, you got other songs just like that. I love it. Like,
yeah.
And I think it helps with your fan base too.
For sure.
So yeah, it's I love it. It's funny because I literally have like 2 people like, hey, so are we gonna still do these sync songs? I'm like, y'all, I'm gonna get to it. Because I've been doing like my own stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I promise you, we're gonna get to it. I have beats I'm sitting on. And I'm like, y'all, just bear with me. 2024 has been a lot. I've been trying to do my own things because I know like what I want to do as far as like building my catalog. So when I drop these songs, I have more music.
Yeah.
You know, which all adds up. So
right.
You know, so that it's cool, man. It's cool.
I think that's really cool because
insane.
We talk a lot about artists trying to take that next step and monetize their music and make music their lifestyle and their livelihood.
Right.
And that's kind of an avenue that people don't think about a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of music out there playing all the time that kind of subconsciously you're like, damn, that song's really good.
Right.
Right. And people don't realize that it's like that's a whole army of artists across the world making songs for those placements.
Yeah.
And it's cool to talk to somebody that's doing that, especially around here because musicians around here kind of struggle breaking into that next level. So I think that's a really cool way to broadcast. Yeah. Broadcast your stuff, and like you said, it creates fans. People will go and search your stuff out.
Yeah, and you Shazam it. Like I go to Shazam, you can see the amount of Shazams you get. It's like ridiculous.
It's got to be a good feeling.
It's crazy. Like it's like wow. Like how did I get 8,000 Shazams or 14,000? Or
they want to know what they're hearing. They're like, yo, this is cool.
That's 8 or 10 or 15,000 people that literally said, "Damn, this song is dope."
Right.
Let me get my phone out, and use technology to figure out who's singing.
And it feels good because it's real.
Yeah.
Like it's not like this paid stream or
no,
you're paying for views. Like it's like, wow, this is real. Like it's
that's
not
human.
like this fake thing, And I think that's like the dope part about it.
Yeah.
That's why I always try to like stay realistic with what I do and. So when people do see the numbers, like I want them to see the numbers when it goes up and when it goes down to show them this is real life.
This is how it is.
And also I think it inspires people, like, oh, so he got this amount of monthly listeners, amount of followers. I can do that too. It's just like, just got to stay consistent.
Yeah.
Right.
It's attainable. You just got to stay consistent,
For sure.
Hell yeah.
For sure. That's crazy.
Yeah. I guess I got one more question for you, and that's really just kind of what's next. What's up next for you?
Man, definitely dropping more music October.
Yeah.
Super excited for that. More sync songs coming. Hopefully before October, November. But no, I know for a fact I have music on the way October. Sent some music over during my break. With my family I think we went out of town like a week ago. And so I got 2 songs on the way, sitting on like 5 or 6. And so, I'm just trying to stack up and, just put more music out before the year is done. And, of course, dropping more merch.
Yeah.
My other website, hometowndreamers.com, you get T-shirts now. And so, just staying on top of what I'm doing, my music, merch. And, hopefully start traveling again, do some shows, and hopefully do one in Roanoke soon.
There you go, man. Yeah, let us know, man.
And
we need to see you out here.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Well, excellent, man. It's been really awesome to meet you and really awesome to talk to you. I think you set a really, really awesome example for how to kind of make music and be yourself, and be a man of faith and kind of represent that through your music and also, represent, a way for young artists around here to kind of to break out, to explore different options, to imagine themselves in their favorite video game, or, in their favorite energy drinks commercial, and just go out there and do it, Yeah, it's been really awesome to meet you.
So, man, it was great meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Love the
Appreciate you coming
vibe.
down.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it for real.
Yeah, thank
You're in
you for
Roanoke.
coming
Let
on.
us know.
That's
Yes,
it.
I'll let y'all know for sure.
Gotta let us know.
That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
And our dear, dear, dear listeners, if you stuck with us this long, as you should, because we have one more song for you. If you stuck with us this long, we greatly appreciate you. We love you. We're happy to have you here for season 3. Like, subscribe, comment, yada, 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 all that bullshit. Get in the comments and tell me your favorite Anthony Ray song and where you heard it, you know? But yeah, explore those different options. Get your stuff out there. Imagine yourself doing great things, because one day you'll wake up and you'll just be doing them, you know? But like we always say, find somebody you love, tell them that you love them, and for God's sakes, don't be a prick. And we're out.
Yes, sir.
Sir. That was great.
We're out.
It has been an exceptional night down here in Klean Studios. Another wonderful episode of your favorite podcast, the Biscuits and Gravy podcast. We had an excellent guest, Anthony Ray, down here.
Thank you,
who
guys.
absolutely tore it up with some musical performances. We even threw the gauntlet down for him.
He picked it up.
And ran with it. But, hey, if you stuck with us this long, we know that you love us, and we know that you love good music. We got one more song for you here tonight. This one is called Out the Gate. Enjoy.
Season 3.
Yeah.
Woo! I've been in my own ways, over all the lays. Thank you guys for having me, man. Took a break, had to flip the page. It was all a phase. Out the gate. Whoa, hey, whoa, in my white tee. Yeah. I'm going back to back. You wanna snooze, relax. I'm trying to run up the stats. Hey, where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Yeah, I can never settle, never fall back. Hey, waiting for no dough, got no call back. Finessing for a spot, been through all that. Ooh, singing a different tune, I'm on a different frequency. Train to go, I'm letting it show, I'm doing it frequently. You know the vibes I've been building secretly. Everything's a go when you come up and you speak to me. Back to flex, flexing off the ropes. Feeling like a chef, not blowing smoke. Captured in the moment like a photo. Opponents recognize I'm out the dojo, out the gate. I've been MIA, in my own ways. Over all the lays. Out the gate, could've took a break. Had to flip the page, this was all a phase. Out the gate, carving out my lane, you can't shut me up. Chopper with the flow, I'm back cutting up. Organizing sounds, I stay confidential. I'm next on the mound, about to shoot the missile. Woo! Back to moving around and feeling like I'm established. Fear the grip on me on the daily, follow my habits. Overnight success for me is looking like magic. Not showing no pity, I'm starring my city, I'm looking like Dallas. Throwing in the towers, down my style, boy, that's foreign. I was studying the game when you was sleeping, snoring. Stirring up the pot since I was rocking Ralph Lauren. You can tell, like an informant, my value just went up, I can't let it slide. Waited for this moment, but I'm not surprised. Never looking shaky and there ain't no lie. Looking at me, baby, see it through my eyes. I've been MIA, in my own ways. Over all the lays. Out the gate, could've took a break. Had to flip the page, it was all a phase. Out the gate, I've been MIA, in my own ways. Over all the lays. Out the gate, not playing it safe. It's all in my face. This change of the day. Yo, I got me a second chance. All praise for it out of my hands. Thought I did everything that I can since I made a trade like I'm Durant. Look, had to listen. Made bad decisions. Moments that I drifted. But your man hit the pivot. But your man had to get it. I was busy working out here living. Kept everything hidden. Cause I can't anymore cause I'm finished. My whole perspective changed. Domino effect. You can keep the fame. Give me the respect. Thank you guys.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Anthony Ray. You don't need to Shazam him because you know his name now. All you've got to do is go check his music out on streaming platforms. And make sure to keep an eye out for his new music dropping all this fall. Nothing else to say. Huge thanks to our friends over at King Screen. And other than that, stay safe and have a good night.
This is a Klean production.